everybody, welcome to Coffee Knits with Sarah. My name is Sarah and I am a knitter, a stay-at-home mom who lives in Metro Detroit, Michigan. And welcome to my knitting podcast. Today we're going to talk about Secret Santa exchanges, advent calendars, finished objects, and works in progress. A little bit of everything today, and just catch you up before the end of the year. So let's get into it. So let's start off with what I'm wearing today. I actually don't know the pattern, but I can share with you a little bit of the backstory that I do know about this sweater. I'm wearing the coziest alpaca sweater of all time. It was actually knit for my dad probably 20 years ago, maybe. It's made with yarn from my family's alpaca farm that we used to have here in Michigan. And yeah, it's all natural colors from our alpacas. Let me stand up so that you can see kind of the full effect. Okay, so as you can see, it's just a lot of little squares all patchworked together, and these like really big sleeves. Yeah, I don't know, I thought it would be a fun thing to wear. Today's like a really gray, gross, rainy day here in Michigan, in Metro Detroit. So I just thought it'd be cozy for today's podcast and show you something new. I have a couple other things that are knit up in my family's alpaca yarn, and maybe I'll share those in the future. Most likely I will. But I do remember that this brown was knit up from, I believe, one of our more popular male studs on our farm, and his name was Choco. He was this beautiful like brown, kind of like my hair color alpaca, and I helped train him, and we showed him in a lot of alpaca festivals. And yeah, I just think like my mom and dad probably would know or remember some of the other animals whose fleece and fiber is in this. I have a feeling like one of them is probably Excalibur. He was like this really beautiful silver, gray male. And then, yeah, I don't know. It's a special sweater to have, so that's just what I'm wearing. I'm really fortunate to have it, and that my parents live in Florida and don't wear woolly things anymore, so I get to enjoy this for many years to come now. So that's what I'm wearing, and now let's chat about kind of what I've been up to, including Secret Santa as well as advent calendars. So kind of like what I've been up to, and then acquisitions rolled up into one nice ball of conversation. I don't know. All right, so first, to catch you up to speed with some like little personal life stuff, we finally have new floors in our home. Many of you might remember that our laundry room flooded a while ago, and I didn't have access to this craft room for a little bit and in my office. So now we have new floors, and life is kind of getting back to normal, which is really nice ahead of the holidays, to like be able to decorate and not worry about the dust and the construction zone that was happening. My husband also started his new job, and that's going really well. We're very fortunate to have that now, and What else? We celebrated Thanksgiving as a family all together, which we haven't been able to do in a long time. So, you know, living here in Michigan again has some really nice benefits, living near like extended family, to be able to see them for the holidays. I think that's about all I wanted to share personally. Now let's dive into Secret Santa stuff. Okay, so I meet up with friends once a month usually, who also knit and crochet, and 4 of us in the group who have done various yarny things together. We decided to do a Secret Santa this year, and I got the most lovely gifts from my friend Jamie at M1 Yarns. So let me pause and get them out. Okay, so first, she gave me this really lovely tote bag that has her like logo design, her love, M1 yarn. So now I have a new bag to put projects in and carry around, and it's just the cutest thing. And then she gifted me this pattern from Julie Hoover, who's a local pattern knitwear designer. And I will be showing this in a little bit. A finished object I have is a scarf that is lace work. And so Jamie knew I was working on that, and that's what inspired her to gift this pattern to me, because it's a lace work scarf. And I think it's beautiful, and I'm excited to knit it up. So that's lovely. And kind of what prompted this like exchange was, in the past I've participated in La Mercerie's Winter Wishes sock swap, and this year they chose to not host that. And so that I completely understand. It's a lot to coordinate like a nationwide sock swap with people. So the idea to do the Secret Santa with my friends was also just to kind of like gift us each a skein of sock yarn to knit a pair of socks. So Jamie picked this skein. It's from Fig and Posy Fiber Co. She said these colors reminded her of me, and I can't deny that they are beautiful and totally my vibe. I especially like this like burgundy color, and then the copper over here. I hope this is like showing up for you. Let me get it closer. Yeah, I definitely love like the pinks and the blues and the coppers. It's just all things that I love. So I'm excited to knit that up. It's 75/25 merino nylon 4-ply fingering. So definitely perfect for like socks, which I will share about soon. Jamie also got me, I mean, this is just like lovely. I want to know, are you doing any like Secret Santa exchanges or gift swaps with friends? It's just so fun to be able to do that. Not just doing it with like family, but with friends is so much fun. Okay, I was trying to see like if this has plastic on it, and I think it does. Maybe it's supposed to be like that. But she gifted me this beautiful ornament because I love to bake. So it's a little KitchenAid mixer with the year 2024 on it. And then last but not least, coffee and shortbread. So in honor of Coffee Knits with Sarah, I love coffee. This looks and smells delicious. Lemon, praline, pecan, and berry jam. Delicious. And then I honestly, shortbread's one of my favorite cookies. So Jamie didn't know that, but it's one of my favorites. So I am very excited to dig into these soon. My friend Nadia is who I gave gifts to, and I don't have any photo or video of what I put together for her, but I did pull from my yarn stash this beautiful skein of like light icy blue yarn, and 2 mini skeins that were like a deeper turquoisey blue and like a light gray. And then I threw together some little notions and things that I've had in my collection that I don't use, but I just have like, you know, an extra pair of scissors and some other things that I just like purchased and had to be able to give to her. And they all kind of coordinated with the blue theme that I was going for her little gifts. And it was just a lot of fun to put that together. So that's the Secret Santa exchange that I did with friends. And now I want to share my advent calendar. Transition. I've been trying to make different coffee, like lattes and cappuccinos at home. I have a little, like very minimal coffee maker, but I have a frother attached to it. And this coffee right here is oat milk with a little bit of nutmeg, allspice, and maple syrup. And it's so cozy and lovely. It just makes me think of winter and fall, and it's so good. So highly recommend kind of making your own coffee at home. That's like fancy, putting a little spice in it or something. All right, Woolly Mammoth Fiber Co., based in Northern Ireland. Emma is the one behind the whole production. Oh, spoiler alert. If you don't want to see yarn from this advent calendar, look away now. Yeah, don't watch. But this is a 12-day advent calendar. I've opened 1 through 8. And I could do today. I could open more with you guys, I guess. Let me open 9 with you. But anyways, this is kind of, let me see if I can show it to you. So this is the first day over here. And then day 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, did I miss something? I might have missed something. But we started off with this red, which is sleigh bells. And then we got wild geese that fly. Wow, I just realized I forgot to tell you even what the theme of this was. It's the week before Christmas. I am a little bit frazzled, like, to be honest, but there's just so many little things to do, and my house is a mess. So I'm recording this podcast instead of like doing dishes right now. Whatever sparks joy, and right now it's not dishes, so we're gonna do this. This advent calendar was inspired by the My Favorite Things. These are a few of my favorite things. Julie Andrews, Sound of Music. There we go. I adore that song, but also that movie. My mom introduced it to me, and I think as a kid I used to like pretend I didn't like it. And it's just kind of funny how, you know, you get older and those things that, you know, are so ingrained in your childhood become so special and important and a part of who you are. And I remember when I was pregnant with my first daughter, and you know, late at night I would be uncomfortable laying in bed, and I would sing her that song when she was still, you know, in my tummy. And it just, yeah, became a song that I, you know, made into a lullaby, really. And I think I sang it mostly for me when, you know, the dead of night and it was like a really hard day or evening, my kids just wouldn't sleep. So it just has a really special place in my heart, that song. And to see the yarn dyed up, inspired by the lyrics, is just priceless to me. So yeah, we have sleigh bells, wild geese that fly. Day 3 was raindrops on roses, this really beautiful pale pink. And then we transition into this beautiful whiskers on kittens. This might be my favorite color, but that's because I have a whole like knitted t-shirt made out of something similar to this color. So that's whiskers on kittens. Then we have cream colored ponies and silver white winters. So this is like a warm cream, and then this is a very cool white toned. I don't know, it's, yeah, they're both white, but one's, you know, warm and one's cool. All right, and now let's just quickly open together day 9. Oh, okay, what's this one? Okay, snowflakes that stay. Snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes. Wild geese that fly. Okay, this is the snowflakes that stay. So yeah, we have like all these beautiful colors. I'll take a little video and maybe insert it, but we have, you know, the pinks, like these are the pinky colors with the whites, and then we have like the classic like Christmas red and green. Interesting. Did I miss? I missed day 8. That was day 9. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's open day 8. Wow. Truly chaotic energy here today. Whoa! Look at this! Crisp apple strudel. I like did not see this coming. Is it even like picking up on camera? It's like this really light green, like candy apple green, but with like little bits of orange in there. Oh, wow. Okay, this one's like more exciting to me than any of them so far. Wow, how fun. Oh my gosh. Editing Sarah here to say that I completely messed up opening Advents earlier. I opened 8 and 9 and skipped 7 completely. I just, what a mess. But here it is. It's Bright Copper Kettles, which I knew that would be one of them. And it's this pretty orange color. Very pretty. And it goes really well with day 8, which I was completely shocked by, but now it makes so much more sense. Crisp apple strudel. So yeah, there we go. So this Advent, I kind of want to knit a Stella quilt cushion, or I'll do a blanket, maybe a blanket pattern. I'm not really sure. Whatever I do, I probably need to have like a main colorway. And I'm just waiting for like all the yarns, the little mini yarn skeins to be opened to figure out what it wants to be, really. I don't know. Are you knitting any advents right now? There's just so many fun ones. I have been watching a lot of Vlogmases, and of course I'm watching the Woolly Mammoth Vlogmas, but then I'm also watching Laura Penrose's Vlogmas, and then Knit California, as well as sporadically a few other people who are doing, you know, Vlogmases. I honestly am so behind on like watching anything on YouTube. There just doesn't seem to be enough time in the day right now for me, but I do love to just sit and knit and watch people get Christmassy and work on their advent calendars. I saw somebody is knitting socks where it's like you pull a different color yarn and it's a striped sock design. I think that could be really fun for me next year if I'm still into sock knitting. There's something else, Grocery Girls Knits. I watched their podcast episodes, and I think even Laura Penrose too. There's like somebody who does, and I will link it in the show notes, I will figure it out, but someone does little stitch markers as an advent calendar, and I love that. I think a different stitch marker each day or every other day would be so exciting, because part of why last year I didn't get a yarn advent calendar was because the yarn just sat in my stash. I didn't feel the urgency. Like every time I've gotten an advent calendar, I want to knit with it right away, but then I think there's so much pressure to like choose the right thing and to knit it in December. And December just, I want to relax and work on something different, I guess, than advent calendars. So I don't know, what kind of like December knitter or crocheter are you? Are you like someone who just like wants to finish all their whips at the end of the year? I know a lot of my friends have talked about wanting to finish all their works in progress so that they start fresh in the new year. And there's other people I've talked to who, you know, are really into knitting their advent calendars and making their blankets or whatever color work thing with their advent yarns. Yeah, there's a lot of different styles, which is kind of the beauty of this community, right? Like there's just so many ways to be creative and to be a knitter and a crocheter and a fiber enthusiast. So for now, I'm just gonna stare at my Woolly Mammoth Fiber Co. Advent and just think about what I'm gonna knit this up in. I don't know, but I love it. I love all of them. All right, next, finished objects, works in progress. And then I think that's it. We'll kind of wrap it up. Okay, finished objects. I have 2 to share with you today. Number 1, I hinted at it earlier, but the first one is my socks. These are the I'm So Basic socks by Summer Lee, and these are my first pair of socks ever. Like, yay! I've tried and failed to knit socks in the past. To be fair, that was a long time ago. I've grown quite a bit in my knitting journey and expertise, and you know, confidence and everything. I knit these using size 1 needles, super long needles. I knit one at a time. These were knit with, what's the yarn? Let me pull it up really quick. Nomadic Yarns, Trusty Socks. We Are the Weirdos, Mister. Oh yeah, I cast these on October 1st. And then I finished one sock and then cast on the second sock. And the second sock just kind of took a back seat while I knit on my other finished object, which I will share next. So that's what I knit that in. Most of November was knitting that other project. And then I just finished the second sock literally the other night. A few things I love about these socks is the self-striping yarn. It was very addictive to like keep going. Like it was a very incentivizing thing to be like, okay, I want to get to the next color, and keep going. And instead of just like inches of just a solid color, you know, it was just really fun to have a surprise each inch. I knit the size large. I think there were 72 stitches when I cast on. And I think we've talked about this before, but I'm a tight knitter. And I measured my foot. And I also tried these on as I was going and felt really good, like that they were going to be tight. And they do fit me. They do fit me. However, they are maybe an inch, like half an inch, a little loose. So like when I put on my boots, I have worn these once. Sorry if that's like weird. But when I put these on the other day and wore boots, they kind of like moved a little bit in my shoe. And it's not like the end of the world, but I do want to try knitting either a size down from what I did these in, or finding a middle ground and kind of figuring out what that magic number is for me for socks, because I do have quite a few single skeins of sock yarn, and I completely see the appeal of having a pair of socks as a whip always. Like, I took these socks everywhere with me in the 2 months that I was working on them. They were just so easy to pick up and go in the car, or if I had to wait for an appointment or something, or just even like during the day when my kids and I are at home and we're, you know, doing stuff and I really need a minute to just knit, but I can't look at a chart or do something super intense with my brain. Like I don't want to do something that I need to keep track of too much. This sock is really nice. So I definitely want to knit another pair of socks. I actually have 2 yarns in front of me that I'm thinking of casting on with. So I'll share these and then I'll share my next finished object. So this is a sock set from Kinetic Knitter Yarns, and it's 85/15 superwash merino nylon 2-ply, and the colorway is Take a Hike, and it's hand dyed in Minnesota. And I just think like the green is so beautiful, right? And then this like toffee color, I don't think you can even really see, but the speckles and variegation is so nice. It's speaking to me right now. So this I think would be really nice to cast on, either for me or my husband. But I'd really like to nail down like what size sock I need for myself before I try to make socks for other people. That seems like I'm jumping the gun. The other is this really fun Christmas yarn. It's the Schlappel Zauberball Stark 6. Is this German? I think. Yeah. My husband speaks German. I should give it to him. Speaks and reads it. Studied abroad there. I think it's German. It looks German. But it's in this really fun kind of Christmas color. I believe this is like more of a DK weight yarn. I don't know. I need to look into it more, but I got it before I moved away from Maryland. I got it at a local yarn shop there, and I think they would just be like the most fun Christmas inspired socks. But another part of me just wants to knit this into something else. Anyone have ideas? Anyone worked with this yarn before? This is the tag. So yeah, send me your suggestions for this yarn, or if you've worked with it before, I'd love to know. All right, sip of my coffee and then the next finished object. All right, really wanted to do this podcast episode today so that I could pop this in the mail. This is my poet scarf. Yay! This is kind of big. You kind of see it, right? But this is a lacework scarf that I knit for my mother as a Christmas gift. So I hope you're not watching this right now, Mom. I'm gonna put it in the mail to you right away. Hopefully it gets there before Christmas. I'll just put it over my shoulder here. This was knit in the KAOS yarn, Cows yarn, organic brushed alpaca. So it's merino and then alpaca held together. So 2 strands, and it's all over, lace. And this is the Sari Nordland pattern. And I started this November 10th and I finished it December 4th. I'll be honest, I probably could have finished this a lot faster if I knew how to correctly read a lace chart worked flat. This is the first time that I've knit this kind of thing before. I've knit flat in the past, but not something like this. So I didn't realize that when I was reading the chart, I should have gone from the bottom right? Or I should have zigzagged up the chart. And I was just reading it all, left to right or right to left or whatever. I was doing it all. So I was messing it up a lot and I had to rip it out multiple times. I thought I was going crazy. I was like, what am I doing wrong? I'm doing my yarn overs. I'm doing everything right. And then I finally had the common sense to Google the chart, how to read a lace chart, and wonderful people on YouTube who have created explanations on how to read a chart like this explained to me how to do it. So I finally cast it on for the 5th time, and I was successful, and it looked like it was supposed to look, which is this beautiful leaf kind of design. I mean, it's just gorgeous to me. And I had my mom pick out the color yarn, She isn't aware of what pattern I picked, but yeah, she picked this gray color, and it's just this perfect little kerchief kind of scarf that you can tie like this, and it'll keep her neck warm. I think I've said my mom lives in Florida, and it does get cold down there, and she loves a good little scarf to kind of keep her neck warm, and I think that this will be really nice. And if it's not, I will just steal it right back because I love it. And I already kind of want to knit another one. So that's on the docket, like that's in the queue to knit another scarf like this. Probably a different pattern, but honestly, I love this one too. And now that I actually know the pattern, I could just do this one again. I don't know. So those are my 2 finished objects for you today. I'm gonna pop that in the mail to my mom, and then let's chat about works in progress. Works in progress. All right, let's see. In this bag, this Christmassy bag here, I have the gorgeous yarn from Golden Bee Farm, Fin Sheep DK, and I am knitting up the Watch Cap mittens. It's a free pattern from Pearl Soho. Oh my goodness, tangled stitch markers. I am not very far with this pattern at all. I plan to share even more about Emily and Dan, their farm and their sheep and everything, but that'll probably be like after the holidays. But if you don't know who Golden Bee Farm is, highly suggest checking them out. I met them earlier this year at a fiber festival, and they have just like the most picturesque little farm, and they share about it on social media in northern Michigan. Anywho, this is where I'm at with this yarn. I've just done the cuff, and I'm working on the gusset. So I've started, I have my 2 stitch markers here, and I'm doing my increases, and eventually I'll have a mitten. And these are for myself, by the way. So the yarn is so soft to skin, and it's just this beautiful color, this gray kind of color. And yeah, I can't wait to keep working it up, have some more mittens to wear for years to come. So that's that project, very early stages. And then my other work in progress is also very early stages. Again, I just finished this like intense lace work scarf for my mom, and then the socks. So I'm just like, my brain is mushy and I need easy knitting. So the other thing I'm working on is my Felix pullover. And if you watched my podcast episode where I share 5 sweaters that I want to knit from my stash, you might recognize this yarn. This is the Let Loopy Icelandic yarn. And here we go. Once again, what's the color? What's the color? What's the color? It's like Milky Way, I think. But it's this just beautiful blue with some marled pinks, and yeah. So I'm doing a swatch. You will be proud of me, everyone. I'm making a swatch. Is it the correct way to swatch? no. I'm not swatching in the round. And yeah, but this is my swatch so far. Get a feel for the fabric. And yes, it is scratchy, but I can tell that it will be softer after I wash it, and it'll be so warm, which honestly I desperately need when I go outside with my toddlers to play in the snow every time it snows. Regardless of how much snow we get, they want to go outside because, I mean, why would you not want to go outside? Snow is magical. So I get it, but I am cold. Mama is cold. I would like to be warmer when I go out with them. So yeah, hopefully next time we talk, I'll have like cast that on and everything. I'm eager to have another sweater on my needles. And that's really all I have to share with you guys today. I feel like I've talked longer than I planned. Typical. All right. I keep thinking, like, am I forgetting something? And I don't think I am. I don't know. All right. Well, next time I see you, it'll probably be after Christmas and the holiday season. In this house, we celebrate Christmas, but whatever you do or do not celebrate this season, I hope that you are just cozy and warm and that you are in good health and hopefully good spirits as, you know, we wrap up this year. And we will chat in January, which is my birthday month. And I'll probably be casting on some new things in January. I always like to, you know, treat myself to something. So we'll see what I get up to in January to bring joy into my life for my birthday. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to my videos. It means the world to me. And comment and engage. I love chatting with you all. And I hope that you're all doing well, and we will chat again soon. All right. Bye, everybody.